Reporting from the belly of the beast, this is Crystal Myers-Barber. And I want to welcome everybody to tonight. It is a Saturday night, and it's October the 18th. I can see very clearly that I am the Frozen chosen again. Yes, I am. Anyway, today, I thought I would just scroll through some of the news, together with you. We had a second No Kings protest that was a complete flop. MSNBC has been busted for using 2021 footage. Yeah, we're going to get into that. I'm going to show you that. They used footage from a women's march. And I'm going to take you over to X. President Trump is the master troller. And we're going to start with a meme that he just threw up on X. They put it up under the White House. And I'm going to bring you over as soon as my computer starts. Here it is. And, we're going to show this. I'm going to show you this here in a sec. But, President Trump, he is a man of peace. I mean, let's look at this. He's stopped 8 wars. And he has hostages released. I mean, the economy is still trying to catch up from the last administration and the CV-19 situation. We're still trying to recover from that. But President Trump is the man. He's the man of the hour, and nobody can make him look bad. I mean, this did not go well for them. As a matter of fact, there is all over the web, I'm seeing this same situation where the people that showed up were old, retired people that were white. It's really strange. It's just really weird. It's a very weird time. And we have Trump, he just put this out. The White House actually put it out too. We're built different. Have a good night, everyone. And so he shows himself. He and JD having the king hat on. They have the hat on, the king's hat, and then right up under. They put this other meme out before. I think that's Cory Booker and Schumer in the sombrero. And Laura Loomer took full credit from the sombrero situation, which I think is hilarious. So I was basically just going through the news and. Let me just do this with you. And so we can check out some breaking stuff. So we're going to try to scroll here. Thanks for hanging in there, for coming over with me today. And I'm just going to highlight some things that I'm taking a look at. We see Gavin Newsom somehow pulling off this. I don't know how they did this, and actually don't know where, because of the real estate that we have in Los Angeles would even allow this, and such propaganda to put this together. I mean, we know that we need to say no on 50 because they're going to steal seats away, and they are actually doing everything that they're accusing. They would be rigging the election. This is all it's just a show, really is. And so Matt Gaetz is making fun of some of these people that are protesting and the way that they're doing. And they said that maybe if they keep this up, they'll be in shape and start finding husbands and become Republicans. That's funny. But there's some other stuff that I was basically seeing down here that I wanted to share with you. So I'm not going to play everything I see, but there was some things that I'm hoping to come back across. This looks like one of the No Kings protests in Asheville, North Carolina. And this just the theme I keep seeing. Same old, crowd. And you're going to see this in a second. Much of these people were paid to be there. So I can't believe Homeland Security actually posted this. They put breaking: Gavin Newsom has shown up to the riot. And somebody brought I'm not going to say this out loud, but OMG, I can't believe this is here. But you can follow me at PromoGirl07. I'm not going to repost that one. I'm going to choose not to. Breaking the No Kings protest. This is by Nick Sorter. In Portland is now a full-on riot. Nothing new here. This is like, they have such strife in this area. They need a lot of prayer in that area. Now here is where the one I wanted to show you the most. This footage here is from 2021, and they had the nerve to show, this is Boston. They had to literally the nerve to show this, and it's not even legitimate. Like, this is old 2021 from the Women's March. And so I hope people were calling them out, because I sure did. I called them out. And then we have Nancy Pelosi. She posted a video of her snapping a crown in half. Democrats are beyond pathetic at this point. I agree with the Patriot Oasis here. It's just all a show. Now, Steve Hilton, from what I understand, is leading for the run for a governor here. And he's posting some news about how the I-5 freeway was shut down, that Gavin Newsom had shut it down over today's event honoring the Marine Corps. Newsom's claim that live munitions would be fired over the freeway is a lie, he said. This is Gavin Newsom's Bridgegate causing chaos so he can blame Trump. Okay. Here we are in, is this? Antifa. Okay, Antifa. Someone is pretty much showing that in New York City, the No Kings protest, holding up signs labeling Gavin Newsom. Oh, wow. And the person that's running for, I think it's governor, they call him Muslim man, Danny, Bernie Sanders, AOC, and Jimmy Kimmel, Antifa. Wow. That's funny. I didn't expect this. Actually, this is something I wouldn't expect here. This is what democracy looks like. Another thing I always notice. Wow, this is really something. I don't know, the chanting. This is there. That's really something. I didn't expect to see this. Wow. Anyway, I was wrong. It's 2017 footage. So the mainstream media declared the No Kings protest the biggest in American history, but MSNBC embarrassed itself by showing old footage. I thought it was 2021. It's 2017 counter protest in Boston against a right-wing rally. So anyway, all it is pretty much, I want to get across to the point to you is that it is fake footage. I mean, who sees this much of a crowd anywhere anymore after COVID anyway? No. Absolutely not. And so, okay, so this was a big, the No Kings was in San Francisco's Ocean Beach. Wow, that's so weird. Okay, and Atlanta, Georgia. This was a very good point. Gunther Eagleman has pointed out that the No Kings event in Atlanta, Georgia, where most people are not white, they're black, and they make up the population, the demographic there. And he's basically pointing out that the crowd here is 90% white, which is just proving that they've been bussed in. Liars. So, oh gosh, and it says Raw's alert. No. I don't believe that 7 million people showed for this. No way. I absolutely know. This another old picture. And I knew this morning when I don't have it here, but I put it on my Facebook account and on my TikTok account. And I said, people are going to use old footage. I knew it. I just sensed it because there was like just a few, I think we looked at like 5 stations, me and my husband, and it was maybe 3,000 people total in the afternoon just watching. And I just said, no, they're gonna try to lie here with this whole rally, and I was absolutely correct here. So the thing is people are, well, at least 9 hours ago, when the day began, were believing that this was today's protest because the MSNBC put this fake, footage up. And so I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that this is old and, not real. Kash Patel admits that no additional footage or evidence will be released to the public about Charlie Kirk. Oh, I missed that. That was yesterday.
Him, you profiled the type of person that he would be, and that's incredible. Is there more evidence that you guys can offer to people, maybe video from that roof? Do you expect that there will be more to be released?
I think the best thing we can do for Charlie, especially me as FBI director and our team, is to prosecute this case in the courts of law, where it is, in Utah, in the state of court of law. And what we're going to do is what we've done: give them every piece of evidence we collect. Our cellular analysis systems are the best in the world, and that's what the FBI does, and that's what we flew in and did. That's how we led the manhunt and got him in 33 short hours. And every single piece of video or forensic evidence or witness interview, we've done dozens and dozens, gone on these platforms, found every single person. All of that material, and I know this is frustrating to the public, and I understand it, but I'm not going to allow the Charlie Kirk prosecution to be dismantled because we want to get over our skis and publicize information. That is the one thing you cannot do. We will make everything public in court. It just takes time.
It does. Yeah, it always does in these cases. Is there any possibility that other people were involved? When you talked at the White House, I sort of got a little inkling that maybe you're looking at other people.
We're looking at everyone that was there, that was online, and we're looking to refer these matters to the state prosecution authorities when there's enough evidence. But the reality is, again, with social media, when you have hysterical conspiracy theories filling the void, you're harming Charlie and his family and a rightful prosecution of his alleged assassin, who we have in custody, and rightly so, in my opinion. And if anyone helped him, do you think that we at this FBI are literally going to let them get away with it? Us standing silent in the face of growing conspiracy theories, that's what we do to shut down a faulty prosecution. That's what we do to shut down a system of justice that wants to be exploited by these same anarchists. And that's what they're doing. They're bringing it to social media. They're bringing it online for clickbait, and we're not going to take it.
I agree. There are a lot of people doing clickbait, but Candace Owens has really proven some things accidentally, and if they are going to go after that one person that they said did it, that's not good, because I guess we'll see. Well, I don't know if we're going to ever, get the whole full truth, but if they prosecute this young kid, I know he participated definitely in some way, but he had a lot of help. And so I hope they bring all that information out, because it seems to be such a mess of a story. But this is just a replay of the Las Vegas shooting, when they told us that Stephen Paddock, this one man, shot everybody, and they went with that. Will this FBI do that? I don't know. We'll see. Moving on. Someone is definitely calling out Gavin Newsom as the king. So Denise Aguilar said at Informed Mama 209, 8 hours ago, he isolated your kids while putting his in private school during COVID. He demanded you mask yourself and your kids, while his kids' school allowed families to opt out. He destroyed small businesses when he was wined and dined by the special interest groups at the French Laundry. No kings. And they actually put a crown. This is awesome. I mean, because here it is. We see these people are pointing the finger at President Trump when they are guilty themselves, over and over. And it's just here we are again. John Bolton, WikiLeaks. I actually didn't even realize they were on here still. Julian Assange. Remember when he released WikiLeaks? So let's read this. John Bolton, who has just recently been indicted, one of the three major indictments, may I add, he called for Assange, Snowden, and Manning to be executed under the Espionage Act for communicating true information to the public. Now Bolton faces 18 counts himself under the Espionage Act for mishandling national defense information. Isn't that something? They say that much bigger people are going to be indicted, and that these were just the appetizers. We have, who do we have? John Bolton. We have the former FBI agent. What's his name? Oh gosh, I just can't think of his name. I have all these people memorized. Oh, it'll come to me. Sorry. So let's see. But anyway, there's been 3 major indictments. Californians take to the streets today to stand up against the president's. This is Governor Newsom actually saying authoritarian playbook. Like why is he doing this? He has no right to say this. He is actually what he says Trump is, which is crazy. But at least he's saying, I urge everyone to stay safe and demonstrate peacefully. And that is good. I like that. He's pushing unity and peace in this post. That's good. So let's see here. The government has been shut down for almost a couple weeks, which is kind of weird because the Republicans are blaming all this on the Democrats. But my husband and I were talking today, and he was pointing out how all the Republicans have the majority. So they shouldn't be blaming the Democrats. Actually, they could I think, unless we have rhinos in there, I don't understand why we're shut down still. And she's telling the biggest lie, saying that there are clear skies, and that is not true in California. And I've seen many other people's skies saying it's not true. I mean, it's not there could be some changes, but the funding and the money is still going on. Whether the government is shut down or not, it's still going on. And so she says that no taxpayer funded weather modification experiments are not happening with the government being shut down. It's not true though. It's still happening. Okay. So she has some No Clear Skies Act will ban geoengineering and weather modification. Yeah. I won't hold my breath here, Marjorie. Mila Joy, who I don't even know who this is, she pointed out that some big people are funding some big people, and I'll just go ahead and share it. That way you can check it out. Promo Girl 07. Let's see. A lot of people are still believing that footage from the Boston thing is legit, but it's not. So I hope they got the memo. I hope they really, maybe they're please watch me. I'm clearing this up. So let's go on down. Let's see if there's anything else. Eric Daugherty. The president of the United States just posted himself piloting a fighter jet with King Trump on the side and dumping mud all over Harry Sisson and No Kings protesters to the song Danger Zone. OMG. I cannot play the song, but I'm telling you, Trump, he is a master troller. I mean, he just, my God. Oh my God. I don't know who's making his memes, but they've definitely stepped it up. And they're going with this. They're like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. That is just, wow. DHS 1 hour ago, they have deployed Black Hawks over ICE Portland as No Kings rioters get increasingly aggressive. See, I think this is Antifa. This is Antifa all day long. These are not just regular people out there in the streets, and so they recognize this. So they're going to war against these people. We're in a war zone in some of these cities, and this is one of them. And President Trump has said he is going in to these cities, just like what he did with his own place, DC, the DC area, and he's going to clean house, and it's safe. And I think that people, the residents of these places, would like that. Let's see, we've seen there's a lot of people talking about this. Okay. Okay. Speaker Mike Johnson. This is yesterday. Now we know Saturday's events are actually funded by Soros and sponsored by the Communist Party USA, among other far left and communist groups. How could there any more appropriate nickname than the Hate America rally? Gosh, that's just wild. And so he's showing a picture of their protest flyer. And I actually didn't even realize this was going on until a couple days ago. Strange. So let's go down and see what else we can see. Bernie Sanders was posting this today at 11, let's just say 11:30 California time. So it would have been 2:30 his time. He had hardly nobody watching his channel, like just a handful of people. I don't even know if it was 800. It was a very, very low number. So he's not really influencing much of anybody. And there you go. And so there he is, ironically holding his hand up like Hitler. Like, look at him. I mean, they always say President Trump is doing that type of stuff, and he is doing it. Can't help himself. So let's see. Let's see if we want anything else. Huge thank you to all the No Kings protesters yesterday. I was very concerned a king was trying to take my place. That was the first one. President Trump posted that, and that's really funny. From the one a while back, so much has happened since then. So I think I've seen absolutely enough of that. But let's go over to something else. Katie Porter, who is running for governor as a Democrat here in California, is basically being busted so much by her really bad aggressive behavior and some footage that has shown up. And I do have it on my channel. It's not edited out, so there's cursing on there. And she, it almost looks like her own party is outing her because she's like the front runner. And I think they realize that she's not going to win. And so it does appear that everybody is coming out against her. But they show her apologizing and that she's finally, making a public apology. I guess she figures she has to keep respect. Anyway, moving on. I would like to play that, but I would only play that to a small audience, like not the ones I'm showing here, because like there's cursing in it, and it's kind of funny actually. So I think I'm done with this, showing the protests. I'm just like, let's see. I want to see if there's anything else that I can focus on besides this stupid protest that is really a waste of time. It's the biggest waste of time. People could make up to $500, depending on how evil you are, and you could be involved in that. And so a lot of people are speculating that I think it's Adam Schiff that is in the hot seat that's going to be indicted next. And so I've seen some people talking about that. Oh, God. So I'm just trying to, let's go over to Truth Social and catch up with maybe what President Trump has said. And I'll come back over and see if there's any comments in a sec here. So this was, it's been 10 days and President Trump, this is probably maybe when I looked at this on my desktop or something, but he was basically talking about the Israel and Hamas peace plan and, talking about how all the hostages were released. And so they did release the hostages, and Israel had, I think, 2,000 hostages. And Hamas had I forget, but that went on. And so the hostages did get released, but the peace thing is not going well. There's some problems with that. The ceasefire is not going. It has not ceased. I think it's piped back up. So let's take a look if I can we'll come over to President Trump and see if there's anything that I want to show you besides this No Kings protest. I mean, we'll all get through this and, it'll be something else. Okay, let's see if he's put anything out. This government, okay, this will be the longest government shutdown ever. Senator Kennedy torches Dems for blackmailing America. Hopefully this will be able to load up. Okay, and sometimes I scroll through these things and I don't play them, and then I kind of wish I did. Now, this is 1 hour ago. Most badass Trump moment in history. Wait a minute.
President Trump looked at the Taliban leader and said this: I want to leave Afghanistan, but it's going to be a conditions-based withdrawal. And translator translated. And he said, if you harm a hair on a single American, I'm going to kill you. And the translator goes, and Trump goes, tell him,
Yes. Tell him what I said.
Tell him what I said. Reached in his pocket, pulled out a satellite photo of the leader of the Taliban's home, and handed it to him.
Shut up.
Got up and walked out the room.
Oh my God, I'm going to be in trouble on YouTube and Facebook for playing these sounds. But I tell you, Trump, he is a master troller. There's no stopping him. He has to do it. He has to toot his own horn. He has to be the one. He is badass. He is. So I don't know what we're going to be seeing here. This is the next 1 hour. It looks like he's on fire. And plus we got the situation that, took place today. The media is trying to hype it up and make it look like so many people are against President Trump. We know it's not true. It's the whole world is like watching President Trump, and they are enamored with what he's doing. Oh my God. I don't understand everything I watch all the time. And he's playing this song that I cannot play. I think that he's going back to Florida, I hear, for the first time, to Mar-a-Lago. And he has not been there since, I believe, March. And this could be him going back, his motorcade, because of the upcoming indictments. Oh my gosh, I'm just realizing this is a Saturday Night Live skit. And what else is he trying to show here? I'm just going to keep watching, not seeing this yet. Ooh, the beginning. An open letter from Donald Trump on why America should stop paying. Let me see this. Wait a minute. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I want to see what this says. I'm going to stop it in 1 second. Stop paying to defend countries that can afford to defend themselves. Tariffs, we're talking about tariffs now. And national security, and a very young Trump. He's showing himself as a young man. Okay. Oh, he's showing his estate. Oh my God. I think I know what this is. Revengeance. He's going for those people. JFK files are being released in the end. There will be great transparency. It is my hope to get just about everything to public. All those people that raided him, that put him through hell and raided Melania's panty drawer, you are in trouble. Ooh, he's coming for you. He's coming for you. This is what this is about. And let's see, is this the first time they won? Okay, let's see. Trump, the art of the deal. So basically there's a song playing that I cannot play. If you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. Ooh. He's quoting some stuff that's not in the Bible. There's President Z. And we're going to see some more stuff. We're going to see when they won New Year's Eve. Let's see. Let's see here. Oh, showing Bill Clinton. Oh my God, he's showing Bill Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein. People are going to go crazy. Oh, wait. Oh my God. That's right. Mike Pence is in so much trouble. I'm going to go back over. We'll take a look at Mike Pence in a second. Oh my God. Let me go back for 1 second. Oh God. Is that Chris Christie? Wow. And then Mike Pence is in really big trouble. Michael Flynn's calling him out. Ooh, 2016, baby. This is when he won the first time around. Then they got the Florida. Oh, everything is going so fast right now. Wait a minute. He's going back to when he won the first time. Why is he showing him? The World Economic Forum. Oh my gosh. Joe Biden. Barack Obama. Michelle Clinton. They're all in trouble. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Some of these people were at his dinner. Like this guy right here, he was Bill Gates, and then we have George Soros and his son. He put the meme in. Okay. A lot of people still believe in Q. They read Q and everything. And I think, he put Diamond, or Silk. The one her sister died. And they put, see, there's Silk. Oh gosh. This was the first time around, baby. Ooh, and then they went to Saudi Arabia, and wow. And then of course the second win. He was standing out there in the rain. Okay. Sorry, I can't really he just held up the Bible in that one part. It's going into a museum. Oh wait, let's see if is he. Yeah, so there it is. There it is. There it was. He's busy right now. 1 hour ago. Okay, showing Georgia. She is, let's see here. President of, is it Italy? I'm trying to remember. Can't really play that because of the music. Crowd explodes in applause after Trump destroys liberal reporter of race baiting in question. He's playing old stuff. He's posting some old stuff and some new stuff. JD Vance again. Okay. Okay, if this happens, that'd be great. If Mike Johnson announces House GOP will introduce bill requiring voters to prove U.S. citizenship, that'd be really good. We just saw that already. Okay, so I'm going to go back and take a look. We're going to go back to my home page, my page over here, and we're going to take a look at what I put with Mike Pence. Hopefully that'll load up. And I'm going to come back over, and I'm just going to see if there's any comments. I do have some comments open here. I missed some of them because when I was talking about stuff. Oh, the crowd. Trisha says from Facebook, yeah, you can tell that crowd is fake. Yeah. And Greg from YouTube says, talking about the No Kings protest, it's pointless. If they protest against Biden, it would have been pointless. That who they should have really protested against. I agree for sure. And thank you, William, watching from YouTube, sending you love from Chicago. Sending you love back from Southern California. And we pray that President Trump comes out to save your city too, because you guys need some help. So we're going to go back over. Oh, yeah. I was going to try to get to my homepage on my account if it will let me, clicking on it. And it's not letting me. I don't know why. It's not acting right. But just so y'all know, Mike maybe I could try to find it. General, I think that's how he has it laid out. Michael Flynn. Of course, it's been a while, so it's been a couple days, so he's probably posted a lot. But what he was doing is calling out Mike Pence, and big time. I was trying to find it. The day Mike Pence betrayed General Flynn, Mike Pence coordinated with Comey's. That's who I was trying to think of. James Comey was also indicted. And of course, Bolton, who I just talked about. And then the other lady. But Mike Pence coordinated with Comey's corrupt FBI to get rid of General Flynn as national security advisor. And I remember President Trump fired Mike Flynn. And so he's really got it, he's really going to call, Pence out. And so let's keep going here. He was really, really going to town on that 2 days ago, a day ago. I mean, so much happened. So what was once buried in darkness and secrecy is being pulled into the sunlight. This is not vengeance, it's retribution, the deliberate reclamation of the republic's integrity and the oath that built it. And he is always tagging everybody like President Trump, Tulsi Gabbard of DNI, Attorney General Pam Bondi, and of course, FBI Director Kash Patel and some others. So he's actually the one saying the first dominoes have fallen, but this time the counterstrike has a general. So, and he's talking about how Comey and Bolton were both indicted. And he has a picture of a lot of these people President Trump was just showing in that 3-minute video with himself going back to Mar-a-Lago, because that is where all these trials are going to be held in Florida. And that is not good for them because they're going to have conservative judges, right? So this is going to be something. We're going to have a bang of an end of the year. I mean, we, of course, expect false flags, but that's why God has given us, as believers in Christ, all the power to pray against the demonic realm. So these people, so they will, get what they deserve. We need to see justice on our land. I love it. Mike Flynn is calling it out, talking about what I've been saying, that it's not a grassroots moment for the No Kings protest. It's a paid production. And you can go to his page and see totally this information. He wrote a Substack on it. Substack is a place where you can if you subscribe to a lot of people, you can learn so much. And I have not subscribed to him, but he's written a bunch of information on it. So let's get on down here. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Venezuela's brutal tyranny under Maduro's iron fist has choked the nation, rigged elections, silenced dissent with violence, and plunged millions into poverty. I think President Trump dropped the F-bomb when a reporter asked him about this. I actually saw this, and it's someone put some music with it, and I had to look it up. I was like, did he really say that? And he did. The volume wasn't that great on this. I planned to come back and show this. Oh God. Let's go down. I wanted to just find the main post that I mentioned. Here it is. Okay, October the 16th, 2 days ago at this point. To this day, Mike Pence has never reached out. Not once did Mr. Fake Christian ever call or message me to say, hey, Mike, I'm sorry for what your family went through. Not once. He was, and he's still a big phony. Sorry, Mike. I don't hold any grudges. I don't live like that. But millions of Americans do and will. And he tagged President Trump, REINCE, Stephen Miller, Bannon at the War Room, and Jared Kushner. So he was really dropping some information on the 16th. Sadly, it appears a former VP of the USA, Mike Pence, was as bad as they say he was. And I always knew that Mike Pence was a mole in the White House. I knew it. And I remember this one time I posted, and Mark Burns, who is a Black pastor that opened a lot of the rallies up, he was so upset that I posted that. So I just took it down. But I always knew that Pence, there was something off about him. So Flynn goes on to say, it's heartbreaking how corrupt our nation has become. It's a combination of communism creeping into our government, seriously compromised politicians wasting taxpayers' hard-earned money. And so he's just totally outing. He's outing big time Pence. And he shared a letter by Jazzed Up, ZZZ Jazzy. It's hard to say. It appears that Loretta Lynch and Sally Yates broke all protocols and ran a back channel with, remember Peter Strzok, to VP Mike Pence's office. Remember Strzok's Russia analysis was married to Josh Pidcock, Pence's chief of staff. And so it appears that the FBI and DOJ under Loretta Lynch and Sally Yates broke all protocols. And let's see, they ran a back channel. And he's basically calling out what they did to him. He legally did all this stuff. And you can see it on his page. So here's some of the stuff that I just thought I was just going to scroll around and see. And I totally wanted to get this on my broadcast. I don't know, just so we'd have a record of it. As we can see, things are happening and we are getting victory in some areas. Let's see if there's anything else on Truth Social. One thing I love about, let's see, President Trump, let me see if I'm showing this here, is that he is a man of law and order, and he's willing to take people out that are just working, around drugs and just evil. And he keeps showing these situations where he's blowing boats up. Like it was my great honor to destroy a very large drug carrying submarine, because he knows that this saves millions of people's lives. And he talked about this in a press conference recently, that he maybe kills 3 people, but he saves so many millions of lives. And so he's talking about this. He's blowing up, destroying these submarines and navigating toward the United States on a well-known narco trafficking transit route. U.S. intelligence confirmed this vessel was loaded with fentanyl, mostly fentanyl, and other illegal narcotics. These were 4 known narco terrorists on board the vessel. 2 of the terrorists were killed, and he said at least 25,000 Americans would die. I think more, really, if I allowed the submarine to come ashore. The 2 surviving terrorists are being returned to their countries of origin, Ecuador and Colombia, for detention. And, he is a badass. I mean, he's willing to, he's saving so many people. And I think it's way more than 25,000. So it's really something watching, president. So he's doing so much. Like, I just think, is he like a robot? Like, he has so much energy. His schedule is just so active. I mean, what does he ever rest? And it was Tulsi Gabbard. I thought, well, he surely sleeps on the plane, when he's going back and forth on Air Force One and this. Tulsi Gabbard said that he doesn't sleep. She says he doesn't, that he's talking to people. So I've got to look that up. All right. So anyway, I believe that that's all we have for you right now. That's all I have for you right now, that is. And what I'm going to do is I have so many interesting topics to share with you. I'm going to be back to break some stories. One is all these helicopters. One story is about how these helicopters keep crashing. We had the one in Huntington Beach that went down a few days ago, and it just fell from the sky, and it fell onto a little 11-year-old boy, terrible, who's at last I looked fighting for his life. He's still alive last I looked, but it really did a lot of damage. I mean, was chances of what 1 in a billion you have a helicopter fall on you. And then at a training base in, I think it was San Diego, I have to look at, because there's so much happening. Another Marine was killed, I think it was just yesterday, in a training exercise out here in California. And we also had the Cessna that crashed a few months ago, and it killed an entire team of people that were where they worked on the music industry, killed everybody on board. Crashed into a neighborhood in San Diego that was a military neighborhood. But when I looked into it, it looked like a directed energy weapon had hit the neighborhood. And it was really strange to see that. And I don't know, it's just weird seeing all these helicopters falling or planes crashing in a short amount of time. And so my question is, are we under attack? Is America under attack? And I think we've seen a lot of evidence. And so I just wonder, where it's coming from. But the biggest problem I've had lately with that question and, the answer is when I saw on September the 10th, a 31-year-old who is a believer in Christ who would go around to campuses and just have discussions, peaceful discussions with people get assassinated and killed in front of the entire world. We've had a lot of people murdered, but this was different. This took everything up to a higher level, and it let me realize for sure we're under attack. Our country's under attack. Where is it coming from? Maybe the FBI really can't say. Maybe they know so much that they don't say things to protect people. But there's certain people that want to dig and dig and dig, and maybe it's not even wise. But there's some things going on, and I definitely don't think this is time where you can sit back and just be okay with. You just can't ignore it. Like, you just see stuff. So I think we should stay in peace and harmony and unite, and not be a country that's against President Trump. We need to team up with President Trump and what he's doing. Does he do everything right? Absolutely. Hell no. I mean, his first day in office, he had Ellison and some Chinese person, a financier with AI, and I'm trying to remember the third person, but he was setting up the beast system. I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. So I deleted a video I did because I was like, oh my God. So AI, he's on board with some things that I don't know if he realizes it, but it's totally setting up the end times beast system. And so I just don't know what to think about some of that stuff. He's not perfect, but he's trying to do a good job, and he is making peace. And so, yeah, there's a lot going on. And so I'm going to try to focus on some of this and bring it out. When I see stuff, I research things, and I just want to bring it out. So I think we have some people that we should be concerned about. And there are some people here in the United States that seems to be trying to destroy our country. So we need to pray against that and, be on high alert. Peter Thiel is definitely one of them. And I have some research to show you on some of these people. With that, I'm going to end, and I'll be back soon. God bless. Thanks for watching.
Together, we will lead our party back to the White House, and we will lead our country back to safety, prosperity, and peace.